I'm back again, and I thought tonight we could cover one of your favorite subjects. Sex. Sex. I know that you and I did a roll in the hay a lot of times. I understand that shortly after I discarded you, rumor has it that somebody told you that I had to be rushed to the hospital.
Because I had crabs, and I had
Chlamydia.
and some other disease I cannot remember the name of, and I had it all in the same day.
If you think back to the kinds of talks we used to have about sex, I was on to you at the beginning. I noticed that you talked about any deviation from regular missionary style man on woman sex was like taboo to you. So I adjusted my history to fit that. And of course, it must have been such a shock to you to find out that I had come down with multiple illnesses all at once, which clearly couldn't have come from one person. Well, honey, it's time I tell you what the deal is. Do you understand?
I know you probably won't understand if I tell you in layman's terms, so I'll try to relate it to our situation. Remember the first time we got naked and I showed you my teats and my Virginia? Do you recall how I wanted you to go down on my filet-o-fish? And you quickly drew a boundary line, which, by the way, I can't stand boundary lines because I ain't got none. But you didn't need to know. I was trying to win you, and you told me you didn't do that? Honey, if it wasn't for that bank account that you had that I happened to notice when you weren't looking, I would have been out the door at that moment. But fact is, you had the money. I just had to chalk that one up that, okay. Because the truth is, I love my filet-o-fish to be tongued. Recall what I did when you wouldn't do it to me? I just acted like it was fine. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I just won't have that done then. Yeah, right. But you bought it. See, some of you are so gullible. It's my opinion you all deserve to be attacked by people like me. I mean, as if you were going to think when I told you how I wanted to marry you the next week, you might have thought it bothered you that you weren't into one of the activities that I was into, yet here I still wanted to marry you? That was designed to make you think you were so special that I'll transcend all of my stipulations for you because you're just you. And you bought it. Do you really think that I was going to go without having my Virginia munched on? I don't think so, honey. But because you had something I needed, I just acted as, oh, that's okay. I was really looking forward to having that done tonight, but oh, you don't do that? Oh, that's okay. Oh, let's kiss instead. Anyway, that's the way this works, so hopefully it makes a little more sense. Yes, I knew that the most progressive you ever got was doggy style with a man and a woman, so I wasn't about to tell you about my group sex adventures where I had like 10 anonymous partners. I don't know their names. I couldn't tell the doctor who they were. I just got treated for all 10 diseases, and it was worth it. You'd never understand, nor could I tell you about such things because I tailored my personality to match up with yours, which was vanilla, missionary, man-woman positions, which, that's old news for me, honey, but I couldn't tell you.
Now, I don't know if you remember or not that particular night when that happened. How I mysteriously got a strange phone call and I had to leave shortly after we did it vanilla style. If you need the truth now that I'm giving you confessions.
Truth is, I really needed my filet-o-fish to be licked, so I had to go see one of my other lickers. Clearly you weren't going to be in that category.
And that didn't have anything to do with the fact I still wanted to marry you because, honey, I've got connections everywhere. I planned on being the best spouse for you in the world while you were there. And then as soon as you left, I'd be on the phone bringing over the Filet-O-Fish crew because, especially with someone like you, I couldn't dare have been satisfied. But I couldn't tell you this either. I just needed you for what I needed you for. You see? Does it make any sense now? Hopefully it does. I'm not like you. I think I'm better.
I just think my lucky demon Saturn stars that you weren't smart enough to ask such questions because, to me it's common sense. If I want my carpet munched on, my partner's gonna do it for me. And if you really thought that I was gonna spend the rest of my life with you not having that done, well, honey, you have another thing coming, but I suppose for your own good it's a good thing it ended because I wouldn't have wanted to have you walking in on me and the neighbor doing that stuff. You got a lot to learn. Since we're on the subject of confessions, I might as well go all the way. Remember how I went with you to your old college town? And you introduced me to some of your old friends, including your ex-lover. Remember how we just ran into her? Did you notice? I didn't act jealous. I just was scoping out the merchandise. And do you remember how I strongly suggested you try the cappuccino that I'd made? And at first you didn't want it? And I tried to gain your sympathy by telling you how I was so proud of how well I'd done it, and now you won't even drink it. Well, that got you to drink it. Well, in case you don't recall, which you probably don't, you passed out shortly afterward. I made sure of it. That was the whole point, for you to drink it. Once you were passed out, I left our hotel, and I went right back down to that beach, and I found your ex. Because I could tell there were sparks a-flying, and you introduced me as your girlfriend. Well, I rushed to her and said, "Oh, please, we have an open relationship. I think you're hot." And we spent the rest of the afternoon together nude, bumping each other's Virginia pussy willows and all kinds of stuff that you would never do. And we both laughed about how you wouldn't do certain things, and it was just perfect. But I couldn't tell you any of this. I just told her that we had an open relationship, even though when you suggested that years ago because you were insecure that I might want somebody else, even though you'd never know how to do that. I did what I had to do. When you heard the rumors later, well, it just left you feeling crazy. That's my goal. Make you feel crazy. So, I read in some of the chat rooms that you posted things about me right after I dumped you. I couldn't help but remember one of the comments you made was that you thought that I had just used you for sex. Since we're talking about sex, I figured, I'll bring this one up. So, honey, we didn't have sex. Whatever we did, honey, that wasn't sex. It's no wonder why I had to find several other partners that you found out about later. You weren't doing it for me. Sure, you were doing it for me financially, but a girl's got her needs, and you didn't need to know about that. So, I had to do what I had to do. I wasn't using you for sex. You didn't give me hardly anything.
Let me clue you in. To me,
Sex is being
in a room with at least
noticed how
7 or 8 people, more if possible,
all of us taking off our clothes and exploring each other's bodies.
we don't waste time getting to know each other's names. That's pointless.
We get down to business. Eyes are spread open. Tongues are stuck out, which you wouldn't know about that. Partners switch. If I'm being mounted by a stud, well, that stud will step aside and another one will come in and play. pun intended, he'll come in his place. You were just too vanilla boring. I couldn't tell you these things.
Whenever we watched movies where people did such things, I would just say things I thought you would say, and like, oh, that's disgusting. Oh, they must not love each other. They must not be married. The real way of marriage is, oh, and you bought it all. You thought I was just as traditional as you were, honey. It's okay to tell you now.
You're white.
I mean, come on. Did you really expect while we were shopping for the perfect wedding ring that I was going to tell you about how I went to a party the night before and...
A guy was inside my Virginia deep, and as soon as he got out, put his thing inside another guy, and I licked it and watched it? You think I could have told you that and it still had you? You would have taken that wedding ring back in an instant if we hadn't have bought it already. I had to play my cards right, but it didn't work out anyway. I suppose it's all for the best. We're just different.